I think April 8th. Yeah, it's April 8th. This is the 47th episode of Risk On. I hope I got that right because we're getting the numbers way up there. What an incredible day today, Jason. I flew in from Costa Rica, San Jose, Costa Rica, and I traded on the airplane the whole day. Love that Wi-Fi, even though it does shut down sometime. My name is Todd Ault. This is Risk On. I'm in Orange County, California for the last time doing my broadcast. Tomorrow, I will not only be a full-time resident of Nevada, but I've already been there 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, since the beginning of the year. But starting tomorrow, I'll be in Nevada full-time as my house in Orange County is sold, and Jason and I will be together trading, doing the show, Risk On Gaming. It is full speed ahead, my friend Jason Bartholomew back in Vegas. What's happening today with the market, my friend?
Well, first of all, I'm glad you're back on U.S. soil. I hope you had a great time. It looked like you had a wonderful time catching fish, enjoying the scenery.
We gaffed tuna. We gaffed it, and we threw it on the boat, and then we cut it up, and we ate it like sushi.
Was it good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Exactly.
Hey, so let's get into the market.
We gaffed them, dude. Have you ever gaffed a tuna, by the way?
You know what we gaffed?
Gaffing a tuna is a bloody experience, my friend. When you take that pole and you ram it into the fish, it bleeds everywhere.
I think we gaffed POW today.
Dude, we're up on POW big time. $1.6 million made so far. And for all you home gamers, full disclosure, we've owned POWW since $5.40, added some at $5.65, $5.85, a little more at $6, and it hit $7.50 today. Yesterday it hit intraday $7.70. For full disclosure, I sold about 35,000 shares of our 800,000 plus shares.
And we're probably about 772 average, if I had to guess.
Oh, you mean in terms of price?
Yeah.
No, 572.
I'm sorry, 572. Pardon me. We're actually looking at it in the aftermarket. It's 750 close, 751. Hey, let me get into the market stuff here.
And Roth Capital upgraded it today with a $9 target. And just for the record, Roth Capital, I think you're weak.
Yeah.
$9. What kind of target is that?
We're not going anywhere.
I was looking for something bigger than that, my friend. What'd you say?
We're not going anywhere. We're there. Regarding POW, we're not.
Oh, yeah. But I was looking for more than $9 target. $9. Can you hear me okay, Jason?
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Well, because I was looking for more than $9 for POW's target, but whatever. Maybe they need to leave some oil in the gas tank or something.
Maybe they just didn't do their due diligence on gunbroker.com. Maybe they don't even really know about that deal. I don't know.
They're the underwriter, dude. They raised 120 million or 15 million or whatever they raised.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Roth did that. That's right.
Anyways.
My apologies. Hey, into the market.
Did. Yeah, for sure.
The market was up. The Dow was up 57 today. The Nasdaq was up 140, 13,829. S&P with another all-time high, 4,097. Good for a 17-point climb. Bitcoin right now 57,737. Ethereum 2,054. Oil 59.89 a barrel. Gold another nice day, 1757 up 1565. Silver 2554 up 30 cents, and copper $4.10. Okay, that's those are the indicators.
Let me go over what we're long today, my friend. We're long AUMN, and we're up and strong in AUMN. We like silver. We like gold. We like mining. We are long Costco. We are long Credit Suisse.
Yep.
We are long DSS, GWAC. Iconics is a 13D filing. We're long LG, LGHL, LTBR, MUDS, NVIS, POWW, POW. We're short the triple Qs. We are hedged. We're long Rocket Mortgage. We're short more. We're long the short triple Qs, the S triple Qs, which are triple weighted. SSNT, another 13D position. TRCH and WLMS. We are long those positions for full disclosure. We own those things.
I like it. We currently are not in SOS. We did sell for a profit. I think we covered that one. We're not in EBON, which is another recent. Hindenburg had a recent hit piece on that one. But I am still looking at both of those tickers. I just want to give everybody full disclosure.
Let me add a couple more names that were long. SSY, AEZS, CLBS, MOSY, KIQ, NDOS. We are long Clean Spark. We are long NAK. We are long Box, which got crushed today, which we'll talk about later, those dummies.
Yeah.
ABCT, we're long that. We're long QuantumScape, QS. We are long a little Costco. We wrote some calls.
Mm-hmm.
We actually wrote some puts on Costco, actually. And
you there? All right, I think that's about all we have right now. That is a pretty substantial number of tickers. We are long. We're in a few different sectors, as you can see. We've spread out the equity among a lot of the different sectors. Well, I wanted to get into POW. Hopefully, Todd will rejoin us. I have POW up on the screen now, Nick, if you want to take a look. Let's look at the 1 day here. So we know for a fact that we were going to get some variance today, some volatility, because President Biden came out and he addressed the country about his executive orders regarding gun control, primarily addressed the what's known as a ghost gun. What that is, if you don't know, a ghost gun would be something without a serial number, or something to, if you build a gun with a lower or receiver, they basically want you to have a background check now for that. So that was something that they addressed. Nothing really that's going to challenge the Second Amendment. I mean, possibly if he messes around with the pistol grip or some of the different attachments to the rifles, that could get challenged. But it was really, in my opinion, a big nothing burger. In fact, in history, in the last 8 years or so, the Democratic president has always been like the top gun salesman or top ammo salesman in the country. That's just the facts. Whenever a Democrat is in office, there's always a threat to your Second Amendment rights. So here we are with ammo in the self-defense sector, and it has a pending deal, according to them, with gunbroker.com, and it's had a nice run here since they did the offering at 5. So, yeah. Todd, you want to look at this chart at all?
Had a little technical malfunction there. Don't know what happened, but let's look at the chart anyways. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're back. So it looks. Here we go. All right, so we lost him again. Year to date, looks like year to date 961. Year to date high. It may have gone up a little bit more in pre-market or after hours, but that's during the trading hours. February 11th at 961. Currently 752. I expect it was upgraded to $9 by Roth today. I expect to see, this is just my opinion, but if they announce the deal for gunbroker.com, which is supposed to happen this month, I expect to see that all this 1 year high, or this year to date high, to be exceeded. I definitely think $10 is a definitely possibility, and we are long. We have about 765,000 shares. Todd, are you still? Did you reconnect? Okay, let's move on. He'll rejoin us in a minute. Let's take a look. Hey, there you go. Hey, and anything you want to talk about POW before we move on to a different top stock? Okay, no big deal. Let's move over to Northern Dynasty Minerals, NAK. This is the holy grail of mines in the United States, Pebble Mine. It's extremely political. there are extreme components to this where it is being fought against all the way from environmentalists, even some folks in the EPA in the past under previous administrations. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers gave it an original go with the draft FEIS. Then they came out and turned it down with the FEIS. Now it's under appeal. We have a decision to be made by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the EPA this month. This is one that's very high risk. I do not recommend this. I am not recommending this at all. This is a very high risk trade. We are only allocating a small percentage of our portfolio towards this. It's a boom or bust play. Just do your own homework, do your own research, make your own decisions. I'm just telling you what we're doing. It's currently at 62 cents after hours. I'm not sure where we're at. Todd added a little bit to our position. When he gets reconnected, we'll ask him about that. So, yeah, Northern Dynasty Minerals, the second largest copper mine untapped in the world. They have tons of gold. They have a lot of rhenium, a lot of moly, silver. So keep an eye on this one. All right, moving on from NAC, we're going to go get Naked. NAKD. Okay, this one is very interesting. Has a lot of outstanding shares. 500 or 600 million outstanding shares. Naked Brands, if you don't know what it is, it's actually swimwear. They have a huge float. It's today it was 58 to 64 cents, and after hours it actually jumped up to 67 cents. They do intimate apparel also. They actually design, manufacture, market portfolio of brands, including Naked itself, Bendon, and Heidi Klum brands. So that's a little bit about Naked if you weren't familiar with this stock. Todd, did you want to talk about Naked at all? Or you want to?
No, definitely not.
All right.
Obviously, we have a position, but I'm not going to go into the details.
Perfect.
Can't do that, but I appreciate that.
All right. Well, I covered NAC. I covered POW. I covered Naked. Next on the list is Box. BOX. You want to get into this one, though, right?
I got walloped in Box today.
No big deal.
Got walloped.
All right. Well, Box.
You want to cover what happened with KKR and what they're doing there?
Yeah, we could cover that. So Box traded today 21.16 to 22.61. It was actually down 9 to 10% today. It was actually the worst one-day drop in a year for Box. The KKR and a group of investors put $500 million into the company in convertible preferred stock. Basically, that's going to help them work on their content cloud, and it's going to put to rest any rumors of buyout, in my opinion. What do you think?
I found that very disappointing because I really thought that they would be selling the company, and not only are they not selling the company, but they look like they're going to buy back stock with that money too.
Okay,
So pretty disappointing.
I mean, what's your plan here? I mean, what's our position? What's our plan?
Well, I find it hard to imagine that the activist shareholders that are on the board are just going to take that sitting down. Obviously, the board approved the transaction outside of the activist shareholders that were out. I think they only have 2 seats on the board, and I really expected that to be sold. I added to the position today on the pullback.
Okay.
Having KKR as your partner is not a bad thing.
Yeah, and actually,
go
ahead.
I just didn't really feel like having KKR around was a bad thing. So I just am not uncomfortable owning it.
Year to date, up 23.53%. Nick, if you want to show that year to date. And today, obviously, some short-term headwinds, statistical noise, down 9.35%. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm interested in what happens tomorrow. Will the buyers step in? Let's take a look. And I like your choice there. I think adding there was great. I think that's always
doesn't feel like noise. It feels like to me that people anticipated it being sold and they went the route of taking on a partner. Now KKR, ironically, is a private equity firm, but they have additional funds, and so maybe they think that is aligns them with the potential sell someday. I don't know.
Yeah, so KKR is a very big company, industry-leading franchises.
That's
company.
one of the original. It's one of the original private equity firms.
Yeah, I mean, original CEO, what? Henry Kravis, 1976. George Roberts. Yeah,
They're still there. Kohlberg was the only one
Wow,
that's left.
they are.
It's a big, it's a big global firm now. Big global firm.
Wow, yeah, that's impressive. Okay.
Yeah. I want to keep up, and I apologize for the audio problems. Funny thing is, I thought I'd have audio problems in Costa Rica. I'm back in Orange County, and I got audio problems. We got to phase 2, section 3 yet, or are we on section 2?
We're actually going to 15 seconds. We're going to move on to segment 2.
Got it. Well, I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to cover some trading stocks and some opportunities here. Well, I guess we'll have to cover that at another time. But so I apologize. We're going to be back in studio tomorrow at our regular time. Don't forget KEIB, 11:50 a.m. Los Angeles and Orange County this Sunday, 1 p.m. You can find us on the iHeartRadio Network app under the Patriot Network. 1 p.m. Pacific time will be on. And starting Monday, Skyla will be on April 12th. She'll be on our show. And then soon, Jason, what's the update on the studio?
The studio, I was just in there. It looks great. We've got the, we're getting ready to, yeah, exactly. The big walls going up. The big screen. We've got the lighting. We've got the sound barrier, the soundproofing. New cameras will be here Wednesday. Looking good.
Got it.
And I wanted to just cover another ticker here that we have in our portfolio. I kind of skipped over. It had a nice day today. Okay, Golden Minerals, AUMN. I've always touted this one. I've always found a good swing trade with this based on spot price of metals. Actually closed today 74 cents. 6% gain on a junior gold or silver miner is a nice day. Full disclosure, I think we're in around, what, Todd, 65, 66?
We bought some at 63, 64, 65, 66. We just added today, too, at 71 and 74, I believe.
Okay.
So we're long.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a huge position, but we are long it. I mean, until you go to Mexico and personally inspect the mine, it's always going to be a small position. But I know that you're excited to go to Durango and go to Mexico, go down there, get some gold, maybe have a couple tacos. And when you do that, we're all set.
I'm going to go to Northern Nevada. Actually, so apparently May 1st, the mayor in Reno is going to, now don't quote me on this, I heard this today, but I think they're going maskless in Reno May 1st. The governor's turning it over to the local municipalities. So maybe I'll go up to Northern Nevada and check out their property up there. They have property there.
Hey, I wanted to report something exciting about stocks and how we trade. And one of the things we do is when we try to trade, we try to find positions that make sense. And we've been looking at this MDRR. For full disclosure, we did put on a position today.
I've got it.
We participated in the secondary. This is an opportunity, in our opinion, to buy a stock that's been beaten up because of COVID and commercial property. Jason, you want to talk about how it looks to you?
After hours, it looks pretty bloody. Closed down 7% after hours, $1.58, down 9% after hours.
What happened there?
Let's take a look at the volume. Sometimes the after hours can be deceiving. Let's take a look and see if we have any activity after hours here. MDRR. Yeah, there's not much volume. It should have closed. Actually, after hours, you can make a case to it should be around $1.67. What's interesting is this company is Virginia-based. They've got properties in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. What's interesting is the dividend on this REIT. You want to talk about that?
Sure.
The last dividend was 50 cents last quarter. That's humongous for this cap. It looks like they're focusing on acquiring, renovating, leasing, and managing commercial properties. They have a 52-week range of $1.03 to $6.13. They have as far as from a trader's standpoint, it is it's kind of a low volume stock, but the float is only 5.6 million before the proposed offering here. Shares out.
Let me read you some news right now.
Yeah.
Medalist Diversified REIT announces the pricing of $12 million public offering of stock. The company, a Virginia-based real estate investment trust, specializing in acquiring and owning and managing value-added commercial real estate in the southeast region of the U.S. today announced the pricing of 8 million shares of common stock at $1.50 for a total of approximately $12 million of gross proceeds. Gross proceeds. Shares of the company traded on the NASDAQ under the symbol MDRR. The offering is expected to close April 13th, subject to customary closing conditions, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Anyways, I know why it was down.
Yeah, I do too. Okay.
For full disclosure, we're long this stock. You'll be hearing more about the stock from us soon.
Okay, will do. I have just want to look at the chart real quick, Nick. Pull it up year to date. Down 21% year to date. Here's the thing with this Medalist Diversified REIT. You're looking at a pathway to, from a commercial standpoint, more consumer traffic to brick and mortar stores. Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. North Carolina has a Democrat governor. They're still a little bit strict on the mask mandates. I believe South Carolina is a little more liberal on that, but you're going to see more traffic into these properties, and I look forward to seeing how this plays out. It is $1.50. I mean, that's good value in my opinion. So let's see what happens.
And your thoughts here. Of course, this show is about what we trade, what we own. We are not recommending the stock. We're just telling you what we own. This show is for entertainment purposes and for you to be able to get educated on what we're doing. If you care about it, smash the like button, subscribe and tell people about it. Comment on the show. We'd love to hear from you. We like to cover stocks. We got some yesterday on the super chat. Obviously, HYDL, I think it was on CNBC yesterday, so not a lot to talk about there. The actual CEO was on the show. I didn't even know that. But Jason, what was the all-time high on that REIT stock?
I was just going to talk about that because an under $2 stock that's paying a 50-cent dividend, that's just crazy. Obviously, it wasn't $2.
I believe they paid that to the preferred holders.
Yeah, it was preferred.
But that's a good sign that things are improving because they're able to pay their dividends again. They got hurt during COVID. I think. Can you check the chart on how much has fallen since COVID happened?
Yeah, all-time high 975. COVID. Let's just look at this 1 year. Let's see. Let's look at the 5 year here. Yeah, I mean 47 cents in early May of last year. Yeah, that was like prime COVID months. I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong one. Pardon me. Hold on. I got the wrong chart up. I had Sunworks up. Okay, 1 year. Okay, that's September. Here we go. $1.03 mid-September. So yeah, it was $1 stock. And then what
was it though pre-COVID?
Let's look at the 5 year. All-time high was over $9. $9.40. And then I don't know, it's kind of stair-stepped its way down. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I'm not sure. I'll have to research and see why it looks like it had year-over-year losses like from 19 through 20. Interesting.
Right. But what was the price in March of 2020?
March of 2020, it was, let's see, April. $1.79. Yeah, it took a beating. $4.24, and then it fell off a cliff with COVID, down to $1.15, $1.28. Yeah.
So when was it $4.24?
It was $4.24 February 7th, 2020, right when everything started to hit the fan.
Right. So we bought this stock here down
66%.
Yeah, and it got hit pretty hard, and post recovery we think it'll improve, and so we're long the stock.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of migration to those three states, a lot of growth in Virginia, North and South Carolina. Yeah, I like that. There'll be some acquisition opportunities for them. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I like the opportunity at this price. Good risk reward. So yeah, good decision.
Hey, as we go into this next segment, I want to remind everybody we'll be at our regular programming hours tomorrow. We'll be at 12:45 on Friday because it's that show we put on the radio. Don't know why we do it that way, but we'll start at 12:45, and then on Monday we'll have a normal show at 1:05 with Skyla on. That'll be exciting and fun. But Jason, I wanted to talk about in this next segment the political side of stocks. Intraday, Biden started talking about guns, and POWW, which is at 757, went down to around 729, gave back a little percentage point. It actually probably gave back a couple percent. I wondered your thoughts about what Biden said about guns and what he was doing. What I read was that his response was a little weak.
Yeah, it was a nothing burger, really. There was nothing there. I'm not worried about that at all. In fact, when he was talking, it's similar when, the Fed talks or when earnings reports happen. There'll be some small ladders, a small short attack, it looked like. Not many panic sellers. I mean, the thing moved 3% down. I mean, let's think about that. It went from...
Yeah, but I want to cover that because, Jason, what I'm trying to say here is let's talk about relative strength. You got the president of the United States kind of out there bashing guns, right? Or saying he was going to get tough on them. Executive orders for ghost guns and stuff like that, which, by the way, I totally understand his perspective. You got to license these guns. I get what they're trying to do here. But when the stock holds up to the president talking about him and then comes back to close near the highs of the day, you got to think that adds a lot of relative strength. And I wanted to talk to the audience about when you see news that's negative and your stock still powers through closing near the high of the day.
Yeah.
Could you walk people through that relative strength indicator and what you see from that?
What I saw with the stock, I was pretty much glued to that stock when he was speaking. The longs with POW aren't going anywhere. The volume was 4 million today, okay? Yesterday it was 9 million. Nobody is selling on the long side. It was up 4% today, a little bit after hours. The intraday, I think the low was it held $7 today, which was very impressive. I mean, that's the new floor now, $7. It's a strong stock. They got 200 million backlog. They've got federal contracts. They've got a new facility coming that they've raised capital to build in Wisconsin. They've got a potential acquisition in gunbroker.com. I just think shorts are just picking a different target. Like, guns usually win on both sides. If they talk about banning guns, they go up. If they talk about more flexibility with a Republican in office, that's a safe way to invest. I don't know. It's a good sector.
So I wanted to talk more about what relative strength means. And so for a lot of my listeners, they ask these questions. I'm talking about, I see you saw that in POW, but like when you think of the overall market and you think about stocks that have high relative strength, what that means to me and to most people is to understand, explain this, is that let's say there's some bad news and the market's down. It's down pretty hard. Let's say it's down 3% on the day, the whole overall market. And then you see some names you like an Amazon, and it has high relative strength. That means those stocks generally recover quicker than other stocks that were already weak and have weak relative strength. We're seeing that in POWW. It's building relative strength, meaning no matter how much it's getting bashed, meaning the industry is getting bashed, it continues to move up and to the right, and that's a good sign. And that's why I think this gunbroker.com will take this thing higher, and that's why we're along the stock. I like to trade stocks that have high relative strength. When the market gets hit, you go look for those things that have real strength, real conviction. People want them, and that's the first place people go buy when the market's weak and they have an opportunity to buy on cheaper prices. So for me, the political side of this is that you kind of got an anti-gun president now talking about banning certain things that are, signing executive orders, et cetera. That's an overhang on the market for stocks that are in the defense space like this, or the self-defense space. but it's positive in the sense that they're still doing well in the face of that, Jason.
Yeah, from a technical standpoint, it was the daily RSI, relative strength index, was like 62. It was never oversold today. The RSI was never less than 40. It was very balanced today. It was never overbought. I mean, it did get a little hot, a little ahead of itself, but I think it really stayed between like 45 and 70 today in the RSI on the 5-minute, which I like to use the 5-minute chart when I'm scalping and day trading. Not so much when I am swing trading. I like to go out to the 30-minute chart and get a broader snapshot. But yeah, it was very balanced today. It really, the high wasn't too high, the low wasn't too low. It performed well today under pressure.
I'm looking at some comments from the. Hey, have you covered any of these comments yet, Jason?
I see a ticker, CMCL. Yeah, CMCL.
You know that? You know that name?
No, I saw it in the chat today. I didn't really look at it. Caledonia Mining Corporation. Why is there a hit piece on it? Yahoo Finance likes to do all these hit pieces. I get a kick out of that.
I saw Roland's commenting about Chapman being appointed. I think was Chapman appointed to the ATF, or was he some sort of special designee today?
I don't think he'll get Senate confirmed. That guy, he's a little bit out there. I think he has to be confirmed.
Well, I know from Josh and Joe, we're supposed to be steer clear of some of the political stuff. I don't exactly understand why, but this guy was nominated for was it to head up the ATF or no?
Yeah, ATF.
Got it.
Makes no. He's a gun grabber. Here's the thing: the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. That's all I'm going to say about that. We can move on. I don't want to get into this stuff.
Well, I think we got to get into a little bit. I mean, people think that he's not going to be confirmed, huh?
Yeah, he's rogue. He's not going to be confirmed. Just like the other girl there, Nira, for I forget what she was going to be confirmed for. But I mean, the Senate's not going to confirm somebody that's anti-Second Amendment. It's going to be really hard because Manchin and Sinema and some of these Democrats, they're in Second Amendment territories. It's just not going to happen.
So your opinion is the Second Amendment will be defended by the Senate, and that Chapman basically is not in favor of the Second Amendment.
Right. I don't know how this guy. I mean, I got to look more history about this gentleman, but apparently he is anti-gun, and there's going to be a lot of friction there. So I don't think he'll get confirmed. That's just my opinion.
Got it.
But it's, you know what it is, though? It makes for it. It's good for us. It's good for the gun industry. I mean, there's just record amount of background checks that are going on, record number of sales. For the most part, there's a small fringe element on the left that's like crazy anti-gun, anti-self-defense, and they are just the only ones that really aren't about having a firearm in your house for self-defense. I mean, let's just put it this way. When you want to defund the police and you want to rely on the police to help you in a time of need, well, the average 911 call could take 2 to 5 minutes. If you're defunding the police, it could take even longer. So when your life is on the line and your family and your kids and their life's at stake, calling 911 just isn't a good remedy. Like, every second matters, and you're going to wait minutes for the police to answer? No. The gun is the great equalizer. A trained person with a firearm, a small female, that person can be a great equalizer against a larger threat to their life or to their family's lives. I just don't understand. Like in my house, for example, my door is locked because my door on the front of my house is locked to protect the assailants. It's not to protect me. You understand that, or?
We're getting a little aggressive today, huh, Jason?
Well, I told you I didn't want to get into it. This is a very, very hot button for me. So, yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to get into it, really. That's it. I said my piece. You guys know I'm a pro Second Amendment, pro law-abiding citizen that carries a weapon every day. I don't want to use the weapon, but you should. It's better to have the legal gun and not need it than to not have the legal gun and need it. Okay, that's basically my thought.
Got it. Jason, did you I was on a plane today back Did you see something about a former NFL player and some disturbing news that may have happened in terms of a shooting?
I did in South Carolina. Yeah, it
Could
was.
Could you kind of walk us through what happened today that you know about?
I didn't really look at it, to be honest. I just know that there were 5 victims, and then he killed himself. Could be PTSD or whatever the concussion situation is with the NFL.
Was he an active football player?
No, he had been retired since, I believe, it's either 2018 or 2015. He spent 5 years in the NFL with 5 different teams.
Oh, who was it?
Well, let's look. Let's see what we have.
Yeah, it looked pretty shocking to me, but I guess
South Carolina.
I mean,
Philip Adams.
Yeah.
They have the 911 call. I guess you can listen to that. Yeah, I don't know. Senseless massacre. Ex-NFL player Philip Adams' father on the South Carolina shooting said, I think football messed him up. So, yeah.
Well, that's sad to hear. Josh, you're talking about Discord. I'm completely confused. I'm not aware of Discord. What's happening there? I was in Costa Rica for a few days. What are we talking about?
So Jason and I spun up a Discord channel, and I don't know if everyone can see me or hear me, but we've got some active users. So if you're in the chat and you're interested, we've got a link there, and we'll put one down in the description as well. So Discord's a place where people can go and have more of our conversations and post some more of some of the stocks, and we can have some more discussion there off the show.
I like that forum because it's more of a pro First Amendment forum. So not to get you into particulars, but this forum is a little more scrutinized. So I just want to thought that was a great idea to have that Discord chat forum. I would like to take advantage of that. I will start participating in there.
Got it. Okay. Jason, what do we got next on the agenda?
Hey, I wanted to talk about, I know yesterday I mentioned that econoday.com has the weekly summaries of all the macroeconomic data that you can harvest from there. Every Thursday, obviously, 8:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the jobless claim numbers come out. In fact, they came out today. The consensus was expecting 680,000 new jobless claims to be filed, and that number came in at 744,000 jobless claims filed, significantly higher than what they were expecting. That could have weighed a little bit on the market. So I just wanted to let people know that if you search for that website or any other site that provides the daily and weekly data, that could help you in trading around your strategy for daily trading, swing trading, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're not paid by that channel. So
No.
for full disclosure, we don't own part of that channel. We're not paid. We don't have an affiliate program. That is just Jason's recommendation.
I just like the way it's laid out better than the other ones.
Right.
You want to get into some more economic stuff. Florida is suing the CDC to allow cruise lines to resume U.S. sailings. The industry acts to be simply treated like the airlines. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, I will tell you that I thought it was insane. I see that the CDC is taking their time about opening cruise lines, yet the stocks are making new 52-week highs. Royal Caribbean, Norwegian. People love these cruise lines, but they're not able to cruise yet, and it makes absolutely no sense. There's a great piece yesterday on CNBC where Kramer talks about the cruise lines, and they seem to be really ahead of themselves. And keep in mind, some of these things have taken on tremendous amounts of debt, billions and billions and billions of dollars of new debt in order to survive COVID. Jason, can you pull up Norwegian Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival, and let's look at these things? They're pretty amazing in terms of way they're performing.
Yeah, I think they're up like 30. They've recovered nicely. Carnival, year-to-date Carnival, look at this. Year-to-date Carnival up 40%. Now, obviously, they're spinning off their. Let me look at the 1 year to give you guys. Let me go back just a little bit more to like more. Here we go. Okay. So $8.49 April 3rd, 2020. And now we're up to $28.56. So it's still down 44% on the 5-year.
Yeah, but from a position of not being opened, I mean, these guys are not open.
I know.
mean, they're not open for business, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is
crazy.
It's all speculation, obviously. They're way ahead of themselves. Let's look at like you said, let's look at Royal Caribbean. It's probably going to be similar.
RCL.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to this one. All right, let's go to the 5-year. Oh, wow, look at this. Okay. $135, January 17th of 2020. Boom, COVID. Wear your mask. Don't go out. $23.81, March 20th. Let me show you that again. 135 down to peanuts. 32. Excuse me. Even lower. 23.81. So year to date, is it up 40%? It's up 27%. So Carnival's a little bit ahead of it. And what was the other one? Todd, what was the other one? Norwegian,
which is just incredible.
Yeah, Norwegian is I like how we're comparing apples to apples here. Let's look at the 5-year. Let's go to COVID situation. Okay, $59.65 in January. Boom, don't go outside, don't touch anybody, blah, blah, blah. What are we at here? $8.72. Okay. And let's look at the year-to-date. 29%. Okay, so Carnival's ahead of them both by about 10 or 11%. Interesting.
They're still chugging along, though, man. They're doing incredibly well.
Yeah, absolutely. But like you said, down in Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, like they're trying to get these ports open so we can get back to normal life. DeSantis has been proven right. Trust the science, they said. California, magnificent lockdowns. Can't go out and earn a living, can't do anything. Florida, wide open, freedom. The ability to go and earn a living for your family. And you look at the comparison in the COVID cases, and lo and behold, Florida and California are very close together regarding COVID cases. So 2 different ways to approach it and similar results.
What is the difference there? I mean, I guess this is something we probably need to get the facts on, but Florida is reopened, California has not. I mean, they're going to let Disneyland open soon, right?
Gavin's your guy, right? Oh, wait, you left there because of... Oh, wait, well, did you leave there because of their politics?
Why did I leave California? Many reasons.
There's a top 3.
I don't understand why you couldn't open Disneyland, but you could open Disney World. Doesn't anyone see a big... Hey, listen, I was just in Costa Rica, and they were pretty militant about having your mask on, man. They were... asking us, demanding us. And you know how I have that mask, that little black thing on the side, which is like a filter?
Yeah.
Delta told me that wasn't an approved mask, and they made me wear a different kind of mask.
Well, N95s have that little filter. They're supposed to be one of the best regarding filtration of small micron particles, and I don't think those are approved. I might be wrong. Somebody commented in the chat. It's like mind-blowing.
Yeah, I think M95s are approved. But
are they? Okay.
I saw all kinds of Hello Kitty masks on the plane and people wearing, Barney masks. And then, of course, my mask, I had to take my mask off.
T-shirt gaiters. I mean, you got like cloth T-shirt, very porous. I don't know. It's I don't want to get into it. That's another thing that just drives me.
Let me cover my daily rant. So I flew to Costa Rica. When I got there, I discovered, not anyone's fault but my own, that in order to get back in the United States, I required a negative COVID test. I also had to buy COVID insurance in Costa Rica in the event that I discovered they had COVID there, that would cover my hotel stay for 10 days where I would have to be quarantined.
No way.
I wouldn't be allowed to, yeah. And that cost me $480 for my family of 5.
Dude.
And then...
Wow.
I had to pay for PCR tests. And those PCR tests were $160 a piece for the technician to come to my hotel room and test my 5 family members.
That is
Now,
insanity.
luckily I can say to you,
come back.
flew back today. What'd you say?
I wanted to know specifically, did they give you the nasal test?
Oh, they shoved it right up my nose, all the way up there. And they walked it around, went to the other side and walked it around. And it was $160 to find out that I was negative. I've already been vaccinated. I get my second vaccine April 16th. But I was just thinking about the traveler that went down there with a family of 5, an extra $1,000 almost to go to Costa Rica because of COVID.
That's just, those COVID, we talked about this. I don't like those nasal COVID tests because I've seen where people that aren't properly trained have punctured the nasal cavity and like had brain fluid leak out. This is not, you can look this stuff up. This is scary stuff to me.
We need to find out if that's factual, but okay, I got your point. I mean, maybe you could, I don't know.
We got about 10 minutes left, Todd. Hey, so you want to talk some baseball?
I do, but I really want to say something about COVID for a second.
Okay.
That is, my biggest concern is this has developed into a big racket where COVID is now an excuse for poor customer service. We can't give you a napkin. We can't give you salt and pepper.
Yeah.
I really hope this changes because it's really not an excuse for servers and people to treat you poorly and not give you service. It's turned into a fiasco of where everything's COVID. Because of COVID, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't clean your table. I couldn't come there. I couldn't bring you a drink because of COVID, because of COVID, because of COVID. All right, that's my rant. It's just, I got to tell you, I'm a little frustrated with the way people are acting as if this is an excuse for bad behavior.
I noticed that more in California when I visited you than I did in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, it seems pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, one thing about Vegas is they continue to pull out the hospitality. I had the privilege of watching, unfortunately, Syracuse lose that game. But when we watched that game, the server was in a mask, but she was there to take care of us, and it was a great time. And unfortunately, you're not getting that in California the way I got to tell you, man, I think it's really a terrible excuse. Let's talk some baseball.
Yeah, I agree. So we have some risk on today. As everyone, if you don't know, April 12th, and we got about 8 minutes left in this segment, 8 minutes left in the show. Skyla will be joining us on April 12th, and also we're going to introduce the new Risk on Sports 20-minute live show. We're going to do that at around 12 noon Pacific time. I think Mr. Producer has agreed to that.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we got walloped yesterday. We ended up going 0-6 on our parlays. The parlays, remember, are two or more selections on a ticket, and it pays good odds for a lower buy-in. But we lost all 6 of those yesterday. We went 1-0 on our straight bet. We had the Yankees and the Orioles under 5 runs. That one came through. We actually were down. We lost $302 yesterday.
But your under 5 runs was in the first 5 innings, correct?
Yeah, the first 5 innings. That was a good pitcher's duel. That's the way I saw it, and that's the way it worked out.
Yeah, we gotta stay specific with the audience so they can follow us because I really want to make sure they understand. I'm learning from you every day, Jason, and I want to make sure the audience can understand and understand what you're doing, how you're doing it. They don't have to know it perfectly.
Yeah.
But I thought that was an interesting bet that you made a bet that there was going to be under 5 runs in the first 5 innings.
Here's my thought on that, and then we'll move on just to give you a little bit of strategy. So both pitchers from both teams are very good. They're very sharp pitchers. The Yankees have a very potent offense. However, this left-handed pitcher for Baltimore is a beast. I didn't really have a lean one way or the other of which team might win the game, but I did know it would be a pitcher's duel while those starting pitchers were in the game. And Vegas and sportsbooks will allow you to make those first 5 inning games where you can de-risk the possible potential of a bad bullpen ruining your bet. So that's why we did that.
Got it.
All right. So yesterday we went 1-0 on the straight bet. year to date on the straight bets, we're 18 wins, 14 losses. On the parlays, we got smoked 0-6 yesterday. We are 4 wins, 13 losses on the parlays. Year-to-date profits through 7 days of Major League Baseball plus 761. Starting bankroll 1,200. Total bankroll now $1,961. That's where we're at currently. We do have a lot of wagers in play right now. I would like to go into those real quick. All right. So right now, we're watching the Seattle Mariners at Minnesota Twins. It's the Twins home opener. They've got Berrios on the mound. We have the Twins to win, and we have them in all of our parlays. And we have the it's currently 7-2 Minnesota in the bottom of the 6th. Nelson Cruz just got a base hit. Love to see Nelson Cruz hitting the ball. He's a stud. We have them paired with the Houston Astros tonight. So listen up. We've got the Minnesota Twins, and we have the Houston Astros. The Houston Astros are at their home opener tonight, and they have the Oakland A's visiting them. The second game of the season, these two pitchers matched up. Cole Irvin from the A's, a lefty, and Christian Javier, a righty from the Astros, and the Astros actually beat them 5-1. So we're going to run it back. That's the same matchup. I like the Astros lineup against the A's lineup. So we parlayed the Astros with the Twins. That is the bulk of our bets tonight. We have some big bets tonight. We're looking to boost the bankroll. When I say big bets, let me show you. I'll explain it to you. I wish I had them on camera. We've got the Twins and the Astros. We're risking 400 to cash out a total of 1,600 profit. We also have the Twins to win by more than 1.5 runs. So the Twins were a -200 favorite, but we don't pay that kind of juice here at Risk on Sports like some of the other consultants. So we took the run line -1.5. My thought was the Twins are going to, if they're going to win, they're going to win big. They're up 7-2. We risked 190. The ticket will pay 390 total. Okay. Also, we have, I doubled down on the Twins and Astros parlay. We have another Twins and Astros parlay, risking 500 to win 750. That'll be a 1250 cash out. So as you can see, folks, I was really strongly, I felt strongly about the Astros and the Twins. So what did I do? I really upped the bet size, and we're going big tonight.
Wow, Jason. Hey, guys, we're not recommending any of these picks. These are Jason and I, what we do at Risk on Sports. You're always free to join us. There's never a guarantee, as you know that, in anything you take risk on. We appreciate you paying attention to what we're doing, and we'll talk to you about Risk on Sport on Monday on the new show starting at 12 o'clock Pacific time. Hey, with 3 minutes to go, I want to cover some housekeeping. Monday, Skyla will be on the show starting on Risk On, not on Risk on Sports, but on Risk On, the regular show that starts at 1:05. We also will be on KIB 11:50 a.m. Los Angeles and Orange County this Sunday. You can reach us on the iHeartRadio app, the Patriot Network. You can find us on that app, and we are at 1 o'clock on the Patriot Network. You can find us in that index, and it gives you the times that we're on. Jason, what else you got planned? I'm planning on headed to Vegas tonight. I'll be there in a few hours. What do you got planned for tomorrow, Jason?
Tomorrow we're going to do some more baseball. We're going to have the show, the continuation of, let's see what happens in the market. I want to maybe look at scooping up a couple of these beaten up crypto tickers like EBON and SOS for another swing play. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean,
Hey, Robbie said that SOS did another filming at one of their mining locations. Want to give you guys a heads up. Thanks, Robbie, for pointing that out. We'll look for that filming, see if we can post that up. Maybe that's old, maybe that's new, but I read that in the comments. We appreciate everyone who's posting in the comments. Tomorrow's going to be a long show. We're going to cover a lot of topics and some individual stocks that have been talked in the chats. We appreciate your time. Jason, thanks for working with me while I was in Costa Rica on a much needed vacation.
Yeah.
I don't need a vacation from my vacation, but it is stressful moving. And I'll tell you, moving this big house, I live in Orange County, to another house in Vegas has not been easy on my wife and my family. I appreciate everyone that's been patient with us, all of you out there. Check out what we're doing on Risk on Sports on Monday. MDR MDRR is my stock. This is a stock that I just took a position in for the company. Take a look at MDRR that is priced the deal at $1.50. It is not a recommendation. I'm simply telling you what we own. Jason and I will be looking at SOS again tonight and tomorrow to see if we can put that back on, to see they pulled back from that $6 range. I know they're a Wall Street Bets favorite. Don't have a lot of time. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow at the normal time, 1:05 for Jason and the team. This is Risk On. We hope you're getting your risk on and making some money. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys take care, and go Houston and go Twins. Let's see what happens with Risk On Sports. Jason, take care, buddy.
Thank you.